Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Rap Ministries, that's Reaching All People Ministries, and I'd like to thank you for joining us today. I'm Brother Jeremiah. Some of you know me as Brother Ronnie. Thank you for coming on out today. Let me turn the music down some. We see you, Sister Sheila. Shabbat Shalom to you. Shabbat Shalom to you. Oh, Brother David couldn't make it today. All right. We'll keep him in our prayers today. We'll keep him in our prayers. Sister Yanis, daughter of the Most High, daughter of Yah. Shabbat Shalom to you and baby Charlotte. Brother Woody, Shabbat Shalom to you, brother. Auntie, Shabbat Shalom to you and your household. Chief Scientist, we see you, Unc. We see you. Thank you for coming on in today. Thank you for coming on in. Shabbat Shalom, peaceful Sabbath to everybody. We're going to let a few more people get on in here. I see we got 13 in here, so thank the Most High for that. Brother Isaac, Ohio crew, thank you for coming on in, brother. Thank you for coming on in. Good morning to you as well. Well, afternoon here. Just thank all of you for being here. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Erica Yashel and Elder Henry. Thank y'all for coming on in, hanging strong with us today. Thank you. This is one of my favorite songs that's playing. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It's called Sin Now Prosperity. We ain't talking about what the Sunday Christians talking about. This is the verse. It says, "Save now, sin now, prosperity." That's the very next verse after this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. See, we got 16 on in here. Just so happy to be in the land of the living. One more time. I'm going to let this song play for a minute or two. It's just been ministering life unto me today. When that New Jerusalem come down here, that's the Most High's doing, and it's marvelous in our eyes. That's the goal. New Jerusalem, that continual city. That city will never, ever end. We see ya. Bree-Annie, we see you. Thank you for coming on in, sister. Thank you for coming on in. P2 Life is Torah. Thank you for coming on in today, guys. Thank you for coming on in. Jamesons, we see you. Hey, y'all. hey. What's going on? Good to see you guys today. Family of four and no more. Unless they want some more. All right, y'all. I'm going to turn it on down. Got a great class for you today. All right, that's Tara Clark, Sin Now Prosperity. Woo, powerful song. But guys, we just thank you for coming on in today. Like I said, got a great teaching for you. So happy to be in the land of the living, because a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of stuff going on around us. People with mental issues, murders, killing, just a variety of things. Recession coming, they saying. Food shortages, they saying. But guess what? The Most High is our provider. We don't have to be worrying about none of that stuff. None of it. He said, see to it that our hearts be not troubled. He with us. If he with you, you good. You don't have to worry about all that. But, I see we got 19 on in here. I'm going to go ahead and decrease that he might that he might what? Increase. Give me 1 second. I'm going to decrease that he might what? Increase. Get that off of the screen. All right, let's see if it pops up on YouTube correctly. Hit that like button if you get a chance. Hit that like button if you get a chance. That shouldn't be there. There we go. That should be there. All right. Like Fred, giving it away. Fred, don't give away the stove. All right, we're going to pray and we're going to get into it because we got quite a bit to get into today. And I want to make sure that I don't keep you over the time. Abba, Father, we just thank you for today, this holy Sabbath day. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for it. We just thank you for all your people that came to hear your word on today. And we just thank you that they will be blessed, they will be edified, and they will be changed for the better. Father, we just also ask you that whatever they get out of today's teaching, that they will apply to their lives. They will apply it, not just be a hearer of your word, but they will be a what? A doer of your word. Father, we just thank you right now that you alone will get all the praise, all the honor, all the glory. Do your mighty, magnificent name, and that your ruach will flow in this meeting so that I can minister the abundant kind of life to your people. Father, we just thank you for all of those things, and we bind up the devil, his demons and his evil spirits, and nothing that the devil can conjure up will affect us on this day. We just thank you for all of this in the mighty, mighty, precious, holy name of your son, Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen. Amen. Joshua Mayers. Okay, that's probably some spam. I hope that's what it is. They just said no. All right. We'll see you. We see you, Proverbs. We see you. If that's a real person, Joshua Myers, Shabbat Shalom to you. But yeah, we see you, Proverbs. We see you. Thank you for coming on in, sister. Atlanta crew. Boy, I'm just so happy that we have people from all over. We got North Carolina, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia. Just great. Memphis, Tennessee. You know, it's great. We even have people in England. We got folks in Costa Rica, you know, they be corresponding with me. Just different places. Africa. Said, what? Global. But we're going to get into today's teaching, and it's a needed teaching. So what's the name of the teaching? If you hear, you already know, but it's watch who you marry. Watch who you marry, because we got a lot of people today that, you know, they want to be married. You know, and that's a normal thing. The Most High, that's what he put man and woman here for, to marry and to do certain things. you know, man, marry me, baby. You know, but you got to watch who you marry. I'm going to tell you today that marriage is an important decision in your life. Whoever you marry can be a blessing to you, or whoever you marry can be a hindrance, and you can end up losing your life, losing your way, losing your course. You need to marry the right person. So I say, watch who you marry. Dude, get out all romantic and have an airplane in the sky and all that kind of stuff. You know, baby, will you marry me? You know, you even got women today, they doing that. Asking the man to marry them. Whatever you doing. Yeah, Johnny Depp do need this lesson. Both of them crazy. But Johnny Depp and his girl, they both crazy. Something wrong with them. I said, my goodness. Some of the stuff that if you listen, I don't even been watching a lot of it, but some of the little stuff you just see, you like, the real people doing this stuff they doing. No, they not normal. Something wrong with them. But I'm going to tell you, you got to watch these people. You got to put them under a microscope. Talking about, will you marry me? Man, I ain't watched you long enough. I don't know you, fool. I don't know you. You got to put them under a microscope. I put them under a magnifying glass, and you got to watch these people. It's important. Very important. It's an extremely important decision. But a lot of people, they want to get married for the wrong reason. What is the purpose of marriage? We need to know this. I just won't be married. It's Valentine's Day coming up, and I don't want to be by myself. You a stupid person going somewhere to happen. If that's what you, I don't like being by myself during the holidays. Marriage is an important step. It's an important decision. It has a purpose. So we're going to show you the purpose of it. We're going to go back to the beginning and Genesis. You know, the place where you're supposed to start reading the Bible. Genesis 1:26 through 28. Gonna be a great lesson. And you know, and it ain't in no particular order, and it ain't hitting on no particular prayer. It ain't pro man or pro woman or con man or con woman. It ain't that. It's hitting both of you. You need to look at these scriptures and see yourself. See yourself. Brace yourself. See yourself, people. But anyway. And Yah said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over the cattle and over all the earth and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So Yah created man in what? His own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them, and the Most High blessed them. And the Most High said unto them, this is the charge he gives them. Mike 777. Thank you for coming on in, brother. All right. Yeah. It says, and the Most High blessed them, and the Most High said unto them, be fruitful, they multiply, and replenish the earth. And what? Subdue it. This your kingdom, Adam. And have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air. You go fishing and ain't nothing biting. You tell them fish, get on this hook. I got dominion over you. And over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the face of the earth. The dog get after you. Stop running from that dog and tell him, stop. I got dominion over you. I tried that one time. A 17-year-old kid was walking home from baseball practice. And I was almost home. It's this big field, and I just need to get past the field to the street that I'm finna get to. And so I just seen a pack of dogs. I said, my goodness, can I outrun them? You know, so I took out booking. I almost got, but then they ran me down, and I said, I stopped. Get on out of here. Like they finna give me, get out of here. I took my bag. Get back. I got dominion over you. They ran off. I did that on 2 occasions. One time, two dogs, one of them obeyed. The other one thought he was like, hold up, wait a minute. No, I'm a dog. You the person. I had a chocolate. Oh, it was a white or a chocolate milk. I had 2 milks. And then the dog came at me. I threw it and it busted in his face. Then he ran off. Had to remind him, you get away from me, dog. But what's the purpose? Be fruitful. That's one purpose. Let's go to chapter 2, Genesis 2:20 through 25. And Adam gave names to all the cattle and to the fowl of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found any help meet for him. See, all the animals were paired together. They all need what? Help. Help doing what? Replenishing the earth. Oh my goodness. But there was nobody. Notice. Adam wasn't trying out all the animals. He wasn't trying them out. Oh, ain't nobody here for me. Let me try this dog out. Or let me try this gorilla out. Or let me try this giraffe. No, he knew that ain't for me. And the Most High caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Most High had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man, a woman. I say she was so fine, he called her a woman. Whoa, man. Whoa, man. Woo, she fine. Brick house. Mighty Mike that she letting it all hang out. No, and it was all hanging out because they ain't had no clothes. But and the rib which the Most High had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now what? Bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, and she shall be called what? Woman. You call a woman that today, they mad. They mad. She wasn't called Eve until after the fall. She called what? Woman. You say, oh yeah, woman. That's a high reward to be called a woman. But I ain't or you call them, the female. I ain't no female. Well, what are you? Because he was taken out of man, therefore shall a man, watch this, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be what? One flesh. And they were both naked. I told you she was letting it all hang out. The man and his wife, and they were not ashamed. Your wife is put here to what? To help you. To help you. See, today, wives, they don't want to help. They want the man to help them. But the Bible said, you to help. So if you want to, fellas, you better watch her. If in the dating stage she don't want to help you, what make you think when you get married she gonna want to help you? You need to watch that. Ask her to do some things for you and see how she react. I ain't do it yourself. Oh my goodness. What is a woman? A lot of women call themselves female. Oh yeah. But what is a woman? That woman is that rib that came up out of that man. That's what she is. The helper. Woo, I'm trying to tell y'all. It says, let's keep it pushing. And I'm not trying to get on women. I'm gonna be getting on the dudes today too. Telling both of y'all, watch, especially the man, because you're the one going to the woman. So before you get to it, you should have watched her a while to see, is this woman marriage material? Is this woman marriage material? Yeah, and I like that question, y'all. They said, what is a woman? Asked the Supreme Court justice. She said she ain't know. She couldn't tell them what a woman was. One of them, when they was confirming her, they said, well, what is your definition of a woman? It was easy. She should have said, what I am. And the person that was a woman asking her, what you are. That's my definition of the woman. She said, oh, I can't answer that. It's so much I am. Well, oh boy. World turned upside down. Let's go to Malachi, because what's the question we asked? What's the purpose of marriage? What's the purpose of it? Malachi 2:10-15. Have we not all one Father? Have not one God created us? Why do we deal treacherously every man against his brother by profaning the covenant of our fathers? The covenant of their fathers was what? The covenant the Most High gave to them on Mount Sinai. It was the marriage covenant, profaning it. Judah hath dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah hath profaned the holiness of Yahweh. In the New King James Version, it says, the holy institution, which he loved. What has Judah done? He said they have profaned the holiness of Yahweh, which he loved, and have married the daughter of a strange god. Cheating on the Most High. Marriage is a holy institution that he loves. He don't like to see them get tore up. That's why the devil try to tear them up from the moment you say what I do. Now, from the moment, really, you want to look at it in the betrothal process, when you're engaged, with a moment a man asks a woman to marry him and she says yes, in the eyes of the Most High, you married. And then you consummate it later on. We got it so backwards today. And fellas, if a woman been engaged 2-3 times and broke them all off, leave her alone. That's an unstable woman. Same with the man. He engaged to 2 and 3 women, and then he break it off without righteous reasons. Leave him alone. Don't marry him. Don't do it. See, we got 29 in here. Hit that like button, folks. It'll help you out. It'll help me out. Get these things more visible. Tell you last week class at a news class get about 100 to 150 views. Last week, the next day, it's almost at 700 now, but the next day it was at 400-500. I was like, my goodness, this finna be like the birthday class. Well, thank y'all for whoever liked and shared that and thumbed that up and everything. It did good. It did wonderful. Almost 700 views. It says, now let's keep it pushing. It says, the Most High will cut off the man that does this, that profanes the holy institution. The master and scholar, it says, that does this, the master and the scholar out of the tabernacles of Jacob, and him that offering unto the Lord of hosts. You bringing something into your union. Bringing something into your you Israel, Judah, it's you and the Most High, and you bringing in the Babylonian God into the union. No, that's unacceptable. What the Lord would cut off the man that does this. So when a woman or a man brings something else into the marriage, cut it off. That's called divorce. Give them the certificate. Get them out of there. Most High did that to Israel, but Judah, he did not. And this have ye done again, covering the altar of the Lord with tears and with weeping and crying out. That's what we do in these churches, crying, weeping. Oh, Lord, help me. But you ain't trying to repent. Get out of here with that. But let's skip down to verse 15. What does he, we want to see what he wants. In the yellow, it said, he won't godly seed. That's the purpose of marriage. Godly seed. That's the way the Most High replicates and right. That's how he replicates righteousness through 2 righteous individuals. And then the offspring that they have, they teach them that godly seed. That's the purpose. Not because you don't want to be lonely at Valentine's Day. Cut this stuff out. But like I said, everybody want to be married, don't they? Look at it. That's just so nice. Look at it. Oh, everybody want that. They want it. But see, we always put what they say, the cart before the horse. That's what we always do. We do everything backwards. We have relations before marriage. Everything had the babies before marriage. We do everything. Most High ain't nowhere in it. Nowhere in it. A lot of times we find ourselves in mess. But we got some, and we be in tears, but we got what? A tissue for your issue. We gonna show you what to do today. Oh, what about those who don't want children? No, they're not violating the most High. No, they not. They not violating. Because you had some people in the Bible that were married and they were barren. Zachariah and Elizabeth was barren, but the Most High said they were blameless in keeping the ordinances and everything, but they weren't fruitful and multiplying at the time. So who should you marry? Who should you marry? Let me show you right first off, before we jump into that Psalms 1-3. It said, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of Yahweh, and in his law doth he what? Meditate day and night. This is the theme of the whole Bible. The theme. That a lot of this depression and oppression mentally, if everybody was meditating in the law of the Most High, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be affecting us like it is. Suicide rates through the roof. Folks leaving this world left and right by their own hand. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doth shall prosper. Meditating in the Most High's law day and night will prosper you. Psalms 1:1-3 says that. Joshua 1:8-9 says that. And various other places say that. That is the standard. You want to prosper? Get in the law of the Most High Yah. So, another thing, brothers, this talking to the sisters too, brothers, sisters, wife should be willing to take your name. Woman tell you she ain't gonna take, I ain't taking your name. She ain't the one that you got. I told you to watch them. You need to ask that question. Hey, if we get married, are you gonna take my name? Are you gonna take my name? If she said no, get her out of there. No, it's off, baby. This relates. Matter of fact, from this point on, I was gonna ask you to marry me. Now I don't even want to see you no more. Poof, pow, be gone. I know, brother. Oh, that's strong today, brother. Right? You talking strong, brother Jeremiah? You talking strong today? I'm telling the truth. Because guess what? The Most High wife is called by His name. So if we are to model the Most High, we say I follow the Lord. What about women who keep their name and add them? Get rid of them. Oh, hyphenation. Get rid of them. Get out of here. That's rebellion. That's not you no more. We won. We cleaving. Get out of here with that. What you keeping it for? You say you want me, don't you? The Most High's wife. That's they man. Y'all see people, they ain't don't nobody talk like this. Because we got some wimps out there. Some limp wimps. The woman tell you she don't want your name, that ain't your woman. Get rid of her. Yah's wife called by his name. The Most High shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God and to walk in his ways. And all of the people shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord. Who we talking about right here? Israel. Israel is the Lord's name too. Yisrael. They are called by his name. That angel gave Jacob the heavenly family name. Israel. It's two Israels, folks. You got spiritual Israel and you got physical Israel right here on this earth. I got a class called The Real Israel. Go watch it. Some hyphen. Man, get out of here with a hyphen. It said, all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of thee. Let's go to 2 Chronicles 7:14. It said, if my people, which are called by my name, what are they called? Israel. That's his name too. Skip to Isaiah 43:6-7. It says, I will say to the north, give up, and the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth. When he gathered and regathered in what? Israel. Even everyone that is what? Called by my name. Y'all better stop playing with me today. Because guess what? It said, for thy maker, Israel, thy maker is thy husband. You called by his name, folks. A woman tell you she ain't gonna take your name. Get out. Let me show you what you do. If she don't want to take your name. If she don't want to take your name, you better give her last supper. You better last supper her. I said last supper. This is the last time you gonna ever eat with me. Get out of here. I ain't take that. You better watch who you marry. Oh, and I'm talking to dudes too. We got some old simps today. Like this fella in this from Essence.com. He took what's his name? Michael Masidor. He took his wife's last name. What kind of hullabaloo looking like Tyrese sitting up there? That's what he looked like. looking like baby boy Jody. Grow up, man. Let me read this. He said, I was born Sean Michael Mesdor after I got married on September 1st, 2018, to the love of my life, Simone. The love of your life need to be the Most High Yah. I became Sean Michael Wellington forever. Why did I do this? Well, if I had to pick between Messiter and Welling, which would I choose? At first glance, you disrespect your father, man, when you do that. At first glance, you might think this choice was made purely for vanity, though blah, blah, blah. Don't do like him, punk. Another one right here. Don't marry a jealous man, women. Now, the Most High is a jealous guy. It's a righteous jealousy. We ain't talking about a crazy jealousy where he just pop up from behind every corner. You ain't doing nothing wrong. That's an unhealthy jealousy. And we're going to show you what that jealousy is. Song of Solomon 8:6-7. Watch this. Set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm, for love is strong as death. Jealousy, what is it? It's cruel as the grave. That man won't have no peace in his mind. He always, what's she doing? What? I bet she doing this. I bet she doing that. What you doing that for? You better not look over there. You better not. Man, don't marry that dude. If he's showing them signs before y'all get engaged and all that, don't marry him. Get rid of him. That fool's gonna kill you one day with that kind of jealousy, especially if you ain't doing nothing wrong, out of ordinary. Plenty of women killed by what? Jealous lovers. Men as well, killed by what? Jealous lovers. If that woman always, where you at? How you doing? How to being a bugaboo? You might not want, hey, that's some crazy stuff, man. All right, I'm off of that one. Another one. Don't marry someone of another religion. Don't do it. It ain't gonna work. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. Watch who you marry. But girl, he's so fine. Man, she a dime piece. I ain't caring about no dime piece and no fine. All that stuff fade. All that stuff fade. You know? I know I'm looking trill and cool, and I ain't gonna always look like this. I'm not. I'm already kind of getting a little belly trying to get on me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna always look like how that stuff is vanity. That stuff is surface level. What about the person on the inside? Do they love you? Do they do for you? Don't matter. Look at that. Christianity, Judaism. I don't know what that, you see Islam. If you're a Christian or you are a Muslim, you shouldn't be marrying nobody other. It ain't going to work. It's not going to work. It's going to always be conflict, especially at the high holy days for each religion. It ain't going to work. Paul tells us, 2 Corinthians 6:14-17. Be ye not unequally yoked together with what? Unbelievers. Don't marry a sinner. Don't do it. Don't you do it. For what fellowship has righteousness? That's people that keep the law with unrighteousness. That's lawless people. And what communion have light with darkness? We already showed you what the light was. It's his commandments. That law is a what? A lamp unto my feet. Right? And what concord have Christ with Belial, or the Satan, the devil? Or what part hath he that believeth with the what? With an infidel? And what agreement have the temple of Yah with what? Idols? And for ye are the temple of the living God, as God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them. I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing. Wait. Touch not the unclean. Paul, where are you quoting this from? We ain't going to go there. But he quoting out of Isaiah chapter 52, verse 11. Paul quoting the Old Testament. Saying, but I thought Paul said ain't nothing of itself unclean. You misquoting Paul. You reading Paul out of context. You don't know the background on the stuff that Paul be talking about. You walk in on a 2,000-year-old conversation and you think you know what's going on. Get yourself in the Bible, in the history books, in other books and find out what's going on. It ain't gonna work. You can't, to a Muslim and a Hebrew Israelite, it ain't gonna work. I'm telling you, it's not. It's not, especially if you are a Hebrew Israelite that believe in the Messiah. It ain't gonna work. They gonna tell you, no, he wasn't the Son of God. Yes, he was. No, he not. Nah, that's been time. Now it ain't gonna work. You're gonna be butting heads all the time. You follow the dietary laws, they don't follow the dietary law. You're gonna be, because I'm gonna tell her, ain't no lips that touch swine, ain't gonna touch no lips of mine. You're gonna have, you might, one might want to celebrate birthdays, the other one don't. It ain't gonna work. You're gonna be bumping heads all the time. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 11, 1-6. You should not marry somebody that is not of the faith that you are. You got to watch them. What they doing when they eat? Are they saying grace, or what they say? What they saying? They setting up little shrines to other gods and all that kind of stuff. If they doing that, you got to watch them. Just because he got muscles in a six pack, just because she got all the curves in the places that you like, or whatever you like, where it's at is where it's at. You can't, that don't mean nothing. Watch these people. We're just marrying any and everybody. Are you crazy? Well, maybe the Lord can change them. Well, maybe the Lord can change them. If he ain't changed them yet, what makes you think you're going to change them? Huh? Yes, it can be miserable, Sister Yanis. Unless the Most High come in and do something, it's gonna be miserable, right? Let's read 1 Kings 11, 1-6. You can ask Solomon. But King Solomon loved many strange women. It's in the Septuagint, it says he was a lover when he just loved when he didn't care what they was. Girl, you fine? Come on over here. So what did he do? Together with the daughter of Pharaoh. So he was with her, the Egyptians, them black people. When the women of the Moabites, they black too. The Ammonites, the Edomites, contrary to popular belief, they black too. Well, they was then. The Zidonians, black. The Hittites, black. See, this is the one they said, see, you ain't supposed to marry outside your race. Ain't none of them people white. Oh, I'm coming with a interracial marriage class. Is the Most High against interracial marriage? Yes and no. No and yes. Oh, that class coming. We ain't gonna get into that today. He said, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, you shall not go into them, the only nations the Most High told them not to go into. He said, it says these are nations. So what about the other ones? At the Tower of Babel, it was at least 70. What about the rest? But anyway, that's another lesson. They said, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come into you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave to these in love. One of you gonna influence the other. Either you gonna influence them or they gonna influence you. But if you got the so-called truth and you go over to them, to that other nation, and you know they serve other gods, you are not going to influence them. They are going to influence you. And he had 700 wives. Woo, my goodness. Princesses and 300 concubines, and his wives, see that, wives with an S, they turned away his heart. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart. What? After other gods. The Most High don't want you marrying somebody that's of another faith. And his heart was not perfect with the Most High, his Elohim, as was the heart of David, his father. I'm trying to tell y'all today. But you can also read about the people that the Most High didn't want them to marry in Exodus. I forget the verse. I believe it's like it's in chapter 34, Deuteronomy chapter 23 and 23, 1-8, and in Deuteronomy chapter 7. I don't know the verse, just go get it on your own, right? You can read a little bit more about that. But let's look at Abigail. Abigail. So in this next story that we're gonna do, you ask most believers in the Most High. Said the way I said black. Shut up, black. Like on Django, Quentin Tarantino, Jamie would tell you that shut up, black. Shut up, black. That was hilarious to me. Oh boy. But Abigail, yes, so who is Abigail in the Bible? Who? I don't know. What you doing in the New Testament? Get yourself back there and read. But 1 Samuel 25, 2 through 43. Yes, it's long. No, he didn't. See, Ruth came over to the ways of Israel. See, now there is a way that an outsider can get into Israel. Oh, as a matter of fact, let's find it. We gonna I don't want to get too far off. But long story short, I'll just tell you real quick. When let's just say Israel took over their enemies, and it was a woman that they wanted to marry over there, they would have to get her, make her shave her head, cut her nails, let her mourn her people for 30 days. Then she may become your wife. That's Bible. That's what Boaz did, right? I mean, that's what Ruth original husbands did with them, right? Well, let's keep it pushing. Proverbs chapter 9. I don't want to hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. And there was a man in Ma'an, whose possessions were in Carmel. So in this passage right here, men and women, I want you to take what can apply to you and run with it. It's gonna be looking at both sides. And this particular passage is good for the woman, but it's bad for that man, right? But watch this. And there was a man in Ma'an. I'm not going to get too far off, Sister Proverbs. You know how you can get me by email or text message. I don't want to deviate too far off the lesson. That's more for the interracial marriage class that I do have coming up. I don't want to give away the story just yet, like Fred. And there was a man in Ma'an whose possessions were in Carmel, and the man was very great, and he had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats, and he was shearing his sheep in Carmel. Now, the name of the man was Nabal, this wicked fellow, and the name of his wife, Abigail, and she was a woman of what? Good understanding and of a beautiful countenance, but the man was churlish, what? A knucklehead, hard-hearted, stiff-necked. Look churlish up. We don't use this word hardly today. Churlish. It's okay to get you another translation. Matter of fact, let's see what the I gotta get this out. We got a little ways to go, guys. Trying to tell you, watch who you marry today. It can mess you up. It can mess you up. It can even cost you your life. But watch this. But she was of a good understanding and of a beautiful countenance. But the man was churlish and evil in his doing, and he was of the house of Caleb. Ooh, Caleb, the Caleb who was the son of Jephunneh, who was a Kenizzite, which is an Edomite, right? So it said that she was of a good understanding. So every time those are key words. You got to know what understanding is in the Bible. Proverbs 9:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of the wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy, what? Is understanding. Psalm 111:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of a wisdom, and a good understanding have all they that what? That do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. Right? So what would her being of a good understanding, what would that be? Go back to verse 5. What would that be? That she kept the commandments. And he was churlish. That you already can see the context. She was of good understanding. I mean, she obeyed and did what the Most High say, but he was a man that was churlish and evil in his doing. He was somebody that didn't want to keep the law. And he was of the house of who? Caleb. sucker, doing Caleb's name wrong. Caleb was a man who wholly followed the Most High. Quit playing. And David, watch this. And David heard in the wilderness that Nabal did shear his sheep. And David, you sent out 10 young men. What he sheared the sheep for? Oh, we're going to show you. Hold on. Let's keep it pushing. And David sent out 10 young men. And David said unto the young men, get you up to Carmel. Go to Carmel and go to Nabal and greet him in my name. This is when David is hiding in the wilderness from Saul. Because they wanted to kill him, because he was jealous of him, because the Most High was making him king, making David king in Saul's stead. And thus shall ye say to him that liveth in prosperity, peace both to thee, and peace to thine house, and peace unto all that thou hast. So David sent his men to Nabal and saying, hey, go to him and tell him all this and say peace to him. Verse 7. And now I have heard that thou hast shearers. Now thy shepherds which were with us, we heard them not. Neither was there aught missing unto them all the while they were in Carmel. So David said, go and tell Nabal, hey, your folks was here. We could have killed them. We could have did them harm. We could have let somebody else did them harm. We could have took sheep from them, but we ain't do none of that. So they said, ask thy young men, and they will show thee. Ask them. We could have got them, but we didn't. Wherefore, let the young men find favor in thine eyes. So David saying, let my young men find favor in your eyes, for we have come in a good day. What? A feast day. New King James say it was a feast day. Got a good Bible, it'll take you right back to Nehemiah chapter 8, the day that they said, this is the day that the Lord has made. This is the day the Lord made. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Take you right back there. It's a feast day. Give, I pray thee, Jameson's. Jameson's, if y'all still here, go to this verse where it says 1 Samuel 25:8 and tell me where the footnote, the center reference, the letter sends you to. I bet it sends you to Nehemiah chapter 8, if y'all can. Or if you can't find it, don't worry about it. Wow, Carmen. Yeah, but she's not gonna be looking down on you. She where she is. She where she is. If she in heaven, praise the Most High. Well, you know, the people there can't see us down here. You know, they are where they are. Like and the people that's down in Sheol, they can't, like the man in the bosom, he said, let me send my brothers back. Abraham said, they got Moses and the prophets. You know, you can't go back up there. But yeah, she saw. Sometimes that's why too we should marry who our parents want for us to marry, because your parents ain't gonna do you wrong, and not no good parents. Not no good parents. We gotta value their opinion. Esau didn't value his mother and father's opinion. They said, don't marry nobody from the Canaanites. He did it anyway to spite them. We need to marry who the right person. Ask your parents, ask people. Sometimes we be so in love, we blind to it. We blind to all their flaws. All right. And so he said, for we have come in a good day. Give, I pray thee, whatsoever cometh to thine hand unto thy service and to thy son David. And when David's young men came, they spake to Nabal according to all those words in the name of David and ceased. And Nabal answered David's servant and said, who is David? And who is this son of Jesse? Who is it? Who be he? Who? He only the stock from which Christ seed line, that Christ is in his seed line. See, Nabal he didn't discern this. There be many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master. Shall I take my bread and my water and my flesh or my meat that I have killed for my shearers and give it unto men whom I know not whence they be? I don't know them. So David's young men turned their way and went again and came and told him all those sayings. Nabal, David said, hey man, we could have killed your folks. We kept them in good. We ain't take none. We ain't steal none. So, hey, we need something to eat out here, bruh. And Nabal was like, no. So David's young men turned their way and went again and came and told him all those sayings. And David said unto his men, gird up on every man his sword, get the weapons. And they girded on every man his sword, and David also girded on his sword. And there went after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by thy stuff. You got a stingy man, women? Don't be with him. Get rid of him. Don't want to help nobody else. Get him out of there. Don't marry him. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, you know, the woman of good understanding. Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them. But the men were very good unto us. So one of Nabal's men came to Nabal's wife and said, hey, look, David finna ride on us and kill y'all, kill all of us. So, but watch what this good woman does. It says, but the men were very good unto us, and we were not hurt, neither missed we anything. That's why David said, ask your men, they'll tell you. As long as we were conversing with them when we were in the fields, they were a wall unto us both by night and day. David protected them all the while we were with them keeping the sheep. Now, therefore, know and consider what thou wilt do, for evil is determined against our master and against all his household. David was finna ride on them folks. Finna ride on his enemies. You know, see murder. Finna ride on his enemies. That was David finna ride on them folks. Gangster. Kill him and all his household, meaning Abigail too. For he is such a son of, she said, now therefore consider what thou wilt do, for evil is determined against our master and against all his household, for he is such a son of Belial. He a son, Nabal is a son of the devil. He evil, he wicked. That a man cannot speak to him. He ain't willing to listen. He churlish. Then Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves. Took 200 loaves. She cooking. Man, your woman ain't cooking. Get her out of there. You be starving to death. And 2 bottles of wine. Wait a minute. She keeping the commandments and she to giving folks bottles of wine? Go watch our class. Can Christians or can followers of the Messiah drink alcohol? And 5 sheep ready dressed, and 5 measures of parched corn, and 100 clusters of raisins, 200 cakes of figs. Fig Newton she made for him, and laid them on asses or donkeys. And she said unto her servants, go on before me. Behold, I am come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal. Why? Because he'll probably try to stop her. And it was so, as she rode on the donkey, riding on that donkey, that she came. You would think, why you ride a horse? You might have got there a little faster. That she came down by the covert of the hill, and behold, David and his man came down against her, not against her. They came towards her. This Elizabethan English. They wasn't against her. They came towards her, and she met them. Now David said, surely in vain have I kept all this that this fellow hath in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained unto him, and he hath requited me evil for good. So and more also do God unto the enemies of David, if I leave of all that pertain to him by the morning light any that pisseth against the wall. He said, what? He gonna kill everybody. All that pertain and to him by the morning light, any that pisses against the wall. So maybe he would have spared the women, because you know women don't pee against the wall, men do. The Bible said pisseth. Yeah, pisseth. Finna catch that wrath, Sister Erica. Finna catch that wrath. I now have the right husband. Okay. If you go watch this is what I recommend you do, Sister Carmen. Go watch our marriage and remarriage class. It'll bless your life. It'll bless your life. I'm gonna tell you, stop listening to these people that will make you feel guilty if you have gotten a divorce. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Go watch that class, though. It'll bless your life. It'll bless your life, sister. You know, they'll have a woman in a relationship, a man cheating and passing AIDS and all that stuff, but man, you ain't gotta stay in that mess. Man, beating you upside the head. You ain't, brother Ronnie, the Most High had, man, get out of there, woman. You and your children. Slapping you upside your head. Abuse ain't just physical, you know, it's emotional as well. Get out of there, man. Wicked man. And a wicked woman, man, get that wicked woman out your house. Get him out of there. Oh, boy. And divorce is a sin. When the Most High sinner too, because he divorced somebody. Get out of here. Sometimes it's necessary. Right? Go watch that class. Anybody, not just Carmen, anybody. All right. But where we at? Where we pick it off at? And Abigail saw David, and she hasted and lighted off the donkey and fell before David on her face and bowed herself to the ground. She perceived the anointed king. That's what she did. And fell at his feet and said, "Upon me, my Lord, upon me, let this iniquity be, and thine handmaid. I pray thee, speak in thine audience and hear the words of thine handmaid." See, women today, they don't do that. Buster, go watch that independent woman class. We ain't getting down on the women. If you watch that independent woman class, we got on the wrong kind of woman, but we raised up the right kind of woman. Go watch the class. Catholicism, man, Catholicism ain't nothing to me. I'm just gonna just be real with you. I don't really care what they say. If you Catholic, you know I ain't mean to offend you. The word offends, right? Catholicism means universalism. One size fits all. I ain't with that, right? She said, "Let not my Lord, I pray thee, regard this man of Belial." She said, "Don't regard what my husband Nabal did. Don't regard even Nabal, for as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him." She talking down her husband. He wicked. He was finna do some junk that's gonna cost all his household calamity. So, woman, the Most High can rescue you from a wicked man. Let's just keep reading, though. "But I, thine handmaid, saw not the young men of my Lord, whom thou didst send. Now, therefore, my Lord, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, seeing the Lord hath withholden thee from coming to shed blood, and from avenging thyself with thine own hand, now let thine enemies and they that seek evil to my Lord be as Nabal. And now this blessing which thine handmaid have brought unto you," know all the food she prepared, "let it even be given to the young men that follow my Lord." She said, "Let it be given to the young men that follow you, David. I pray thee, forgive the trespass of of thine handmaid, for the Lord will certainly make my Lord a sure house, because my Lord fighteth the battles of Yahweh, and evil have not been found in thee all thy days." Evil has not been found in him all the days. He ain't slept with Bathsheba yet. It says, "Yet a man is, no evil have been found in thee all thy days." But it ain't possible not to sin. Stop playing, man. These lies being told. "Yet a man is risen to pursue thee and to seek thy soul, but the soul of my Lord shall be bound in the bundle of life with the Lord of thy God, and the souls of thine enemies, them shall he sling out as out in the middle of a sling. And it shall come to pass, when the Lord have done to my Lord according to all the good that he has spoken concerning thee, shall have appointed thee ruler over Israel." This she a prophet, ain't she? "That this shall be no grief unto thee, no offense of heart unto my Lord, either that thou hast shed blood causeless, or that my Lord have avenged himself. But when the Lord shall have dwelt with my Lord, then remember thine handmaid." She said something. She knows. She prophesied something that happened to Nabal. She did. She had the gift of gab. "My Lord, but don't put this thing upon thine handmaid. Put it on thine handmaiden." She could have been in the Shakespeare play. And David said to Abigail, Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, which sent thee this day to meet me. And blessed be thy advice, and blessed be thou, which has kept me this day from coming to shed blood. David was finna ride on his enemies and from avenging myself with mine own hand. For in very deed, as the Lord God of Israel liveth, which have kept me back from the hurting thee, except thou hast and thou hasted and come to meet me, surely there had not been left unto Nabal by the morning light any that pisseth against the wall. I was gonna bust them all up. So David received of her hand that which he had brought him, and said to her, Go up in peace into thine house. See, I have hearkened to thy voice and have accepted thy person. I'm gonna accept this stuff from you, these food, these raisins, these fig Newton cakes. And Abigail came. See, I'm telling you, they ain't reading this stuff they ain't breaking this stuff down to us in churches. And Abigail came to Nabal, and behold, he held a feast in his house like a king, like the feast of a king. And Nabal's heart was merry within him, drunk, for he was very drunken. Wherefore she told him nothing less or more until the morning light. But it came to pass in the morning, when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him these things, that his heart died within him, and he became as a stone. Heart attack! And it came to pass about 10 days after, the Lord smote Nabal. Smote him. The Most High smote him. The Lord don't kill. Yeah, he do. Wicked people. And when David heard that Nabal was dead, he blessed be the Lord that had pleaded the cause of my reproach from the hand of Nabal, and have kept his servant from evil. For the Lord had returned the wickedness of Nabal upon his own head, and David sent and communed with Abigail. Hold on, bro. He just died. He already come. You want to go out to dinner with me? Because David, what? He had already spied and watched her out. I mean, this is a good woman right here. She keeping the commandment. Look what she doing. She operating in prophecy. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. He married her. I ain't gonna read the rest. Married her. The Most High delivered her from a wicked man and gave her a new what? Righteous man. Oh boy. I want to show you this too, guys. The very last verse. But Saul had given Michal, his daughter, watch this, David's wife, to Phathi, the son of Laish, which was of Gallim. Well, if you keep reading later on, David went and took his wife back. He gave, wait a minute. She was David's wife. They ain't consummated nothing. She was just promised to him, and that made her his wife. But David went later on and took her back from that dude. He ain't even killed the dude. He just went and took the woman. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. She married that. No, man, that was David's wife. She was promised. Even they did nothing. Y'all better get to know this Bible. Wow. Watch this. Proverbs chapter 5, 1 through 20. Men, this for you. And women, you can flip this over on the dudes too. Proverbs 5, 1 through 20. My son, attend unto my wisdom and bow thine ear to my understanding. We already show you what all that means. That thou mayest regard discretion, and thy lips may keep what? Knowledge. That thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb. Men, them women lips might be sweet, but you don't want to get involved in that. And her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, poison. I told you. Sharp as a two-edged sword, her feet go down to death, and her steps take hold on hell. Marry the right woman. You don't want no adulterous woman, a woman that's with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You don't want that. This man. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. She all over the place. You don't want to marry a woman that's like that. All these athletes, leave these Kardashian women alone. Leave them alone. Them ain't the kind of women you want. What if Kim Kardashian sees this? I don't care. Put it in her Twitter. Give it to her. Send it to her. I don't care. I tell her to her face. Man after man after man after man. Brothers that will lead you to Sheol, Hades. Watch this. It says, we'll skip to verse 8. Remove thy way far from her. Get away. Run. And come not to. Don't even go to the door of her house. Lest thou give honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. I'm trying to tell you, we're going to skip to verse for the sake of time. We got a little ways to go. Verse 15, drink out of thine own cistern. Don't, man, just be sexual. Don't be sexually immoral, folks. And women, if you got a man that's a rolling stone, don't marry him. He's showing you who he is. Man, if your girl is in everybody's face, she messing with everybody, they showing you who they are. Don't marry them. Let's skip to chapter 7, verse 1 through 20. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments. This must be pretty important. Oh, it said, keep my commandments and live, and my laws as the apple of thine eye. That's how I know that the fruit on the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, like they try to portray it as an apple, it wasn't no apple. Bind them upon thy fingers, and write them upon the table or tablet of thine heart. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, and the stranger which flattereth with her lips. Men, you don't want to mess with a woman that flattereth with her lips. For the window of my house I looked through my casement, or lattice, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding. What young man? Women, get away from young men that are void of understanding. What are they doing? Passing through the street near her corner. What they looking for these women, these street women. If your man or who the guy you thinking about marrying in strip clubs all the time, leave him alone. He got porno magazines, them signs. Leave him alone. Oh my goodness. Get out of there. Don't taint yourself. Watch it. He passed it through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and the dark. And children, if you watching, don't do these things. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark of night. Think nobody can. Most High see you. We got a class that say, he watching. I ain't brought that class out yet. He watching you. He see everything you doing. They are recording angels. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtile of heart. Women, what you dressing like? Are you dressing like harlots? Yeah, what's a harlot? What's a harlot? A hoe. That's what it is. Stop doing that. Don't be with him. Let's keep it pushing. He is loud and stubborn. Brothers, your woman, if she loud now, she gonna get louder later. Leave her alone. Now she is outside now in the street. Always in the street. It says she loud and stubborn, her feet are by night. Always in the streets. If your woman ain't never at home, man, them signs. Now she is without. She outside in the streets, lied and waited at every corner. She caught him and kissed him. You ain't supposed to be grabbing folks, kissing them. Young ladies, we watching TV and stuff on Family Matters. I said, dang, they showed how Laura with a whole lot of boyfriends. And my wife was like, she ain't got that many. Then I started counting. She said, yeah, she do. I said, that ain't normal. That ain't got girls just aggressive. No, ladies, no, young ladies, don't be like that. She caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent or unwise face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day I have paid my vow, making them think she go to church. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. And I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, and with fine linen of Egypt. Apartment looking like the bomb. Oh, shoot, I can see myself up in here. No. Let that woman go. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh. Oh, she smells good. Ow! Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man is not at. She's saying, my husband ain't at home. For the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. No, he ain't. He around the corner because he don't trust you. And he got the double barrel 12 gauge shotgun ready to blow your head off, whoever with his wife. He have taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day of. He ain't coming for a long time. Yeah, cover that belly up, Rihanna. Belly all out. Woman, cover that up. See, watch what she gonna do. She gonna start a trend, and everybody gonna think they can walk with they. Is everybody already doing that? Quite a few. My wife said quite a few women with the belly out. Cover that up. I don't want to see that. Cover it up. But I'm telling you guys, we getting ready to get into Jezebel and Athaliah real quick. Oh my goodness. Let me hit that like button, folks. Hit that like button if you can. Thank you. 19 people have so far. You got 29 watching. All right. But look at this stuff. You know, and all of this, that brother running, you a misogynist. No, I'm not. I'm just with the Bible. You know what you are? You what's the opposite of a misogynist? Misandry. Misander. That's what you are. You against men. Look at it. They have history and then they slash it out and say her story. No. You men, if your woman is heavy into this movement, now I ain't saying women don't deserve to be treated fairly. I ain't saying that, but it's a hierarchy with the Most High. I know. I'm gonna get in trouble. I mean, one time I was at a job and everybody was talking about they husband, they wife, and all that, and this and that, and now, and I was like, yeah, I like most women born out of something, they can't cook. Man, you saw how them women looked at me? Cook. That ain't what I want. I said, all right. But I ain't back down. But I'm like, man, these people crazy. Let's look at Jezebel. With her wicked self. Man, watch these women. Watch them. Women, watch these dudes. Watch them. My cousin used to train his dogs, and he used to say, watch them. That dog watch it too, boy. First King, watch these people. 1 Kings 16, 29 through 33. This talking about who? Jezebel. This woman, oh man, she wicked, man. Make sure that the woman that you're thinking about married is not wicked, and make sure women, the husband of this wicked woman, which was Ahab, he's a punk. He might well have been called Ahab Jezebel. Took her name. It says, and the 38th year of Asa, king of Judah, began Ahab the son of Omri to reign over Israel. And Ahab the son of Omri reigned over Israel in Samaria 22 years. And Ahab the son of Omri did evil in the sight of the Lord, all and above all that were before him. And it came to pass, as if it had been a light thing for him to walk in the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, that he took to wife Jezebel, the daughter of Ethbaal of the Zidonians, and went and served Baal and worshiped them. This the folks Most High don't marry them. But Ahab did it anyway. But we want to look up, her daddy was Ethbaal. Let's look up what Ethbaal and Jezebel mean. Ethbaal means with Baal. Most of these, everybody needs celebrating these holidays, they with Baal. This Jezebel thing is very important. So important, the Most High mentioned it in Revelation. Let's look at Jezebel. It means, it is in the Hebrew, Isabel. Stop naming your daughters Isabel. Stop. If you have, don't do it no more. Right? Jezebel, it means Baal exalts, or Baal is husband to, or unchaste. If your woman is unchaste, don't you marry her. Let's go to 1 Kings 19, 1 through 3. We've been showing you, hey, woman, if you got most women want a man like this, they're going to report to them. Ahab, coward sucker. And Ahab told Jezebel all that. Like, what did Elijah do? He killed all her prophets. And Ahab, he went and told Elijah killed all your prophets. And Ahab told Jezebel all that. He ain't, man. All that Elijah had done, and with all how he had slain all the prophets with the sword, the Baal prophets. Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah. Why is Jezebel? See, she's a usurper of authority. If your woman, if you trying to do something and she always trying to usurp you, now let me tell you, she always trying to butt in and control the situation, get rid of her. Get rid of her. The true day of the Sabbath. I got a class called The Day. Go look that up. Called The Day. Go look that class up. Let's go to Revelation chapter 2, 20 through 21. Jezebel, it's a problem. Because a lot of times men know that certain days are pagan, but just to keep that woman happy. Well, my wife, she want a tree for the children. Well, my wife, she want us to go to church on Sunday. Well, my wife, man, are you the man or ain't you? Notwithstanding, I have a few things against this woman. What woman? Against that woman who? Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, that teach my servant to seduce that's teaching to seduce my servant to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed to idols. It is Saturday. It's the seventh day. Go to Genesis chapter 2. It'll tell you. In Genesis chapter 1, the end of Genesis chapter 1, it'll tell you. And don't let nobody tell you different. Yeah, Dwayne Wade, sucker. All these dudes some suckers. Will Smith, you too. Sucker. I'm rooting for Will Smith to get it right. Get it right. Let that woman cost you your career and your money. 1 Kings 21. Let's look at this Jezebel. She's a usurper of authority. This is when Ahab wanted Naboth's vineyard, because his vineyard was next door to Ahab's house, but he was like, man, let me get your vineyard. And then Naboth was like, no, you can't have my vineyard. And then Jezebel, she did what she did. We're gonna see. We ain't gonna read all of it, but most of it. But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him, why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest no bread? And he said unto her, because I spake to Naboth the Jezreelite, and he said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else if it please thee, I will give you another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee the vineyard. He wanted to buy Naboth's vineyard. And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, dost thou not govern the kingdom of Israel? Ain't you the king? Arise and eat bread, and let thy heart be merry. Woman telling you when to eat, when to sleep. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite. So she wrote letters in Ahab's name, usurping authority. Verse 9, and she wrote letters. She usurping authority. Now, we ain't gonna read all that, but I just want you to see what she was doing. She told him to make it like Naboth had blasphemed. Letters that, look at verse 11 in the red. Letters that which she had sent. Had the man killed. Had him killed. Got a woman like that? Get out of there. Like Revelation 18, 1 through 7. Watch this. I ain't gonna read all of this. Come out of her, my people. That's the main thing. Let me read a little bit of it. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. I told you about the three glories in Luke chapter 9. The glory of the Most High, the glory of Yeshua, and the glory of the angels. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. One angel, one angel lit the whole earth up. One, just one. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. He just came out of heaven, and in heaven, they still calling stuff unclean. You can't eat it, folks. Stop misinterpreting what Yeshua said in Matthew chapter 15 and Mark chapter 7 and Acts chapter 10. Stop misinterpreting that. It don't mean what you think it means. Verse 8, he said, come out of her. Her, who? Jezebel, the queen of heaven, folks. Jezebel is not the queen of heaven. Semiramis is the queen of heaven. She ain't in heaven. She in hell. Sheol, looking and cooking. Go watch our queen of heaven class. But let's look at the death of Jezebel. This woman that is wicked. 2 Kings 9:20. Man, if you see her, you know how they say, tell me how you seen her. If you seen her, run from her. Tell me how you seen her. Why, oh, why did you have to go away? Get away from her. Don't marry her. Women, don't marry no Ahab, no coward, no punk chump. Don't do it. But I love this story right here. And when Jehu had come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard of it, and she painted her face and tied her head and looked out a window. And as Jehu entered in the gate, she said, had Zimri peace, who slew his master? And he lifted up his face to the window and said, who on my side? Who? And there looked out to him 2 or 3 eunuchs. And he said, throw her down. Who? Jezebel. He said, throw her down. And some of her blood was sprinkled on the wall. So they threw her down, killed her. They said, we on your side, king. Verse 34. And we had come in, he just killed a woman, saw her blood on the wall, and he go in and eat and drink. Gangster. Like Denzel, what he did to Idris Elba on American Gangster. Went out there, put a cup down, said, pay me what you owe me. Blew his brains out, then went back in and finished his food. But when she died, verse 35, we ain't gonna read all of this. What happened? And when they went to bury her, they found no more of her than the skull, because she thought about evil all the time. Her feet was swift to shed innocent blood, and the palms of her hands did evil all the days of her life. She come from her daddy, Baal, which means with Baal or with the devil. Look at Athaliah. We ain't going to read all this, but just showing you these women. She had all of the king seed except one dude, all of the kingly seed. She had them destroyed so she could rule over Israel. But she was killed. Just showing you, don't get with a woman that's always usurping authority, that's manipulative behind the scene. Look at their manipulative ways. Let's go to Jasher. Show you the kind of man. Look at how today I told you we do everything out bad. You might get with a woman that already got a kid or two or three, 4, 5, however, whichever. No aspersions on them, like Kevin Samuel was throwing on all of them. Some men like that, But how does she treat her children? Huh? Let's say she got a kid or 2. And then y'all think about, we talking, we might get married, I would like to have kids. How she treat her kids? If she treating, how you think she gonna treat your kids? But let's go and get this. I hope y'all learning something today. Please tell me you are. Oh boy. I just look out and see how society is all messed up. And it's because we ain't doing it like the Most High said do it. Joshua 21, 22 through 48. And in some time after, Abraham said to Sarah, his wife, I will go and see my son Ishmael. For I desire to see him, for I have not seen him for a long time. Why? Because Ishmael, what? He left his mother and father and cleaved to his wife. You ain't got to be all in your mom and daddy face every day. Yeah, check on them. Yeah, call them. If they need help, help them. If they need some money, give it to them. Now, wait a minute. He ain't going to see Abraham, father of many nations, for many days? For a long time? You got your own family now. And Abraham rode upon, that's the problem. We won't let men grow up. We won't let men be men. We try to babyfy them like Jody on Baby Boy. We want to keep him a baby boy. And Abraham rode upon one of his camels to the wilderness to seek his son Ishmael, for he heard that he was dwelling in a tent in the wilderness with all belonging to him. And Abraham went to the wilderness, and he reached the tent of Ishmael about noon, and he asked after Ishmael, and he found the wife of Ishmael sitting in the tent with her children, and Ishmael, her husband, and his mother were not with them. And Abraham asked the wife of Ishmael, saying, where has Ishmael gone? And she said, he has gone into the field to hunt, and Abraham was still mounted upon the camel. He would not get off of the ground, as he had sworn to his wife Sarah that he should not get off from the camel. Why? Because she thought that maybe Hagar gonna be there. We don't need them rekindling no relationship or whatnot. She ain't there, so don't get off. So Abraham agreed that he wouldn't get off. And Abraham said to Ishmael's wife, my daughter, give me a little water that I may drink, for I am fatigued from the journey. And Ishmael's wife answered and said to Abraham, we have neither water nor bread. And she continued sitting in the tent and did not notice Abraham, neither did she ask him who he was. But she was beating her children in the tent. If your wife is an abuser of the children or the possible woman you thinking about, man, don't marry her. She gonna beat your kids. If she beating on you, people don't know women beat men too. They do. And in this day and age, you gotta let them beat you, because if you hit them back, you going to jail. Oh my goodness! All right, all praise to the Most High. But you don't need no woman beating the children, and she was cursing them, cussing the kids, and she also cursed. If your girlfriend, woman you thinking about marry, cussing you out, cursing you, you ain't no good, you ain't gonna this, you ain't that, man, don't you marry that woman. She also cursed her husband and reproached him, and Abraham, the father of many nations, heard the words of Ishmael to her children, and he was very angry and displeased. And Abraham called a woman to come out to him from the tent, and the woman came and stood opposite Abraham, for Abraham was still mounted on the camel. Listen to his wife Sarah, because he knows Sarah is a good wife. He ain't trying to mess that up in no shape, form, or fashion. And Abraham said to Ishmael's wife, when thy husband Ishmael returneth home, say these words unto him, a very old man from the land of the Philistines came hither to seek thee. And thus was his appearance and figure. I did not ask him who he was. And seeing thou was not here, he spoke unto me and said, when Ishmael thy husband returneth, tell him thus did this man say, when thou comest home, put away this nail from the tent which thou hast placed here, and place another nail instead. If your woman, your wife, let's just say you did go on to marry her, if she cursing you and your children, Abraham said, get her out of there. So it would probably mean the same thing for a man too. He cussing and beating you and the children, get out of there. Most High have sent you somebody else. And this to the tent which thou hast placed here, and place another nail in its stead. And Abraham finished his instructions to the woman, and he turned and went off on the camel homeward. And after Ishmael came from the chase, he and his mother had returned to the tent, and his wife spake these words unto him. She told him, a very old man from the land of the Philistines came to seek thee, and thus was his appearance and figure. I did not ask him who he was, And seeing thou was not at home, he said to me, when thy husband cometh home, tell him, thus said the old man, put away get rid of her. Verse 35, and Ishmael heard the words of his wife, and he knew that it was his father, and that his wife did not honor him. And so if your wife dishonors you, get her out of there. Abraham only heard it one time. He said, get her gone. She need to be poof pow. You need to listen to your parents. Samson's parents didn't want him to marry Delilah. Cost him his life. But long story short, he got a new wife, put her in the place of the old wife, took her in the place of the old wife, and Abraham told her, you can keep her. So you can read the rest of that on your own. He said you can keep her. Women, if you're dating a guy and he has no job, I ain't talking about he just loses his job temporarily, but if he has a habit of not working, get rid of that dude. Like bro man from the fifth floor. Fifth floor. You don't want that man. Lazy. You don't want a lazy man. I know I don't. Second Thessalonians 3:10, for even when we were with you, we commanded you that if any would not work, neither shall he eat. If he ain't working, woman, you don't want to marry him, because if he can't provide for you. Proverbs 20:4, the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. It's cold outside. I ain't going to work today. Don't marry him. Love not sleeping. Every time I ain't talking about because he worked a late shift, but he sleep all the time and ain't never working. You don't want that man. Y'all gonna be poor. Proverbs 10:4-5. He becometh poor that dealeth with the slack hand, but the hand of the diligent make it real. Man that's gonna work gonna have money. Man, stop. Women, don't marry no lazy dude. Watch that dude. He always got an excuse why he can't work. Get rid. Don't you marry that dude. Genesis 2:5-7. Because the Most High gave the man to work. You see it. He formed him from the dust of the ground and put him in the garden. Watch this. Genesis 2:15-16. And the Lord God took the man and put him in the garden to dress and to keep it. He had to dress and to keep the garden. Work. Dress, keep. You can look that up on your own, but the word, well, I'll go ahead and read the word dress is abad. It's at a primitive root. To work. He had to work. Shamar, keep. That means that's the same in the New Testament. It's tareo. When Christ said, if you love me, keep. Shamar and tareo equals keep in the Bible, which means this: to hedge about with thorns. That is to guard, generally protect, attend. If that man ain't no protector, get rid of him. Somebody break in, they put you in front as a shield. You don't want to marry no dude like that. Y'all at a restaurant and some stuff pop out and he hiding and throwing you in the front. All right. Yeah. You know these dudes singing it. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do this. Let's get married. No, man, I ain't watched you long enough yet. Who sang that song? Jagged Edge. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do this. All right. But Adam's job was to do what? To guard the way to the tree of life. But they got kicked out. That was he had to guard the way to the tree of life. What is the way? Derek. For these one black people, Derek. Come on now. Derek. Got an uncle named Derek. Figuratively, a course of life. A course of life. He had to guard the way to the tree of life. Obedience. Torah. Exodus 21:10. Ladies, if your man can't do what I'm about to read for you, get yourself up out of there. Don't marry him. You know if a dude can do these things. If he take him another wife, I ain't advocating multiple wives, but this is the thing that show you what a husband should do. And Most High did all of these things for Israel. He said, if he take him another wife, she a wife, so her food, she need to have food. Her raiment, she shouldn't be walking around with holes all in her clothes. And her duty of marriage shall ye not diminish. And if he do not these three, he got to do all three. He can't do one out of the three, two out of the three. Now, if he do not these three, then she shall go out free without nothing. She don't owe nothing. She can go go with somebody else. I didn't say he was with her. I didn't say he married her. He might did. I don't know. Go back and read it. But his parents told him that ain't the woman you wanted. They wanted another woman for him. But he, like Delilah, cost him his life just kicking it with her. That's these dudes who been set up by these treacherous women. Treacherous. Lost their life. Women set them up for failure. It says, all right, here we go. Not to sound mean and nothing, Proverbs. You know that ain't how I am. You know that. But Proverbs 13, 22 through 24, because guess what? If your man don't do this stuff, you know if this man is gonna be able to do these things, he gotta leave an inheritance for children's children. You know if he can't pay his bills, he ain't gonna be able to do this. So don't marry him. And everybody that's not married, you need to start getting these truths and incorporating them in your life. The money that me and my wife we saving up, it ain't for us. It's gonna help us in our retirement years, but we gonna leave it to our children, to children that are. We ain't gonna leave it to no trifling children. If they're not show themselves worthy to do this, we ain't leaving it to them. We gonna leave it to the children that's acting good and acting right. He laughs like Eddie Murphy. Who laughs like Eddie Murphy? Eddie Murphy. Oh man. A good man leaving an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the judge. They love that there. That ain't it. Stay out the Old Testament. Go watch that video, which had almost 700 views in a couple of days. That's good for some stuff that's the truth. Folks don't like to watch the truth. They like to watch mess. You need a man that's going to correct the children. Withhold not correction from a child. You need to do that. Don't marry no man that's a punk. Let the children do whatever they want, and the woman let the child do whatever. Don't marry them. Right? Let's look at this woman, some more of this woman. Because we already read that you don't want no loud woman. But let it be in the hidden heart of the man in that which is not corruption. Even the ornament of a meek and quiet. You need a meek and quiet woman. Not saying she quiet all the time, which is in the sight of Yah of great price. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in God adorned themselves, being in subjection to their own husband. Man, if your woman, if she ain't doing the things you want her to do now, what do you think she's gonna do it when y'all married? Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as you do well or good and are not. You talking about you the seed of Abraham, but when you can't show your husband the proper respect, calling him all out his name all the time, knucklehead. That you watch these sitcoms. I just be noticing we've been watching when my children, we watching old sitcoms. We watch Different Strokes. They never made fun of Mr. Drummond. They never made, they respected Mr. Drummond, the white daddy. But on Cosby Show, they always make Cliff look like he a buffoon. On Family Matters, same thing. They ain't, the only daddy that they ain't do wrong was James Evans, but they killed him. Uncle Phil, he had good respect. He just was they made fun of him being fat. But you don't make fun of the man. You don't do that. Tying him down. Trying to say, let's go to Ephesians 5:28-33. So men ought to look, like I told you, you don't want no jealous man, and you don't want no man that's gonna beat you. So men ought to love their wives as their own bodies. Do men beat themselves up? Come here, you. No, they don't do that. Slap yourself upside the head. They don't do that. You gotta love your wife like your own body. Don't smack her upside the head. Would you curse yourself out? For no man ever hated yet his own flesh, but nourished and cherished it, even as the Lord the church. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall man leave his father and mother. There Paul go again, quoting the Old Testament. And shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be called what? One flesh. Yeah, they tried it with James in the industry. For this call, you see what I'm saying? Nevertheless, let everyone, you in particular, so love his wife. If the brother don't love you before y'all get married, meaning do all the things that you need to do before y'all get married, he ain't gonna do it when y'all get married, unless the Most High do a dramatic change on the brother. And the wife see that she reverence her husband. If she don't respect you, Will should have saw Jada ain't never respect you, man. She was messing with Pocket and not everything. Come on, man. Happy Sabbath to you too, Antoine. We see you. Thank you for coming on in. Reverence. Let's look that word up, reverence. It says, no, women ain't want to say, it's phobia, where we get the word phobia from. It says to fear. Women need to fear their men. Girl, my husband ain't gonna let me do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. See, stop listening to your single friends. Your single friends who want what you got, right? But man, your wife or the girl you think about, she should already fear and reverence and love and respect you. It said to put to flight by terrifying, to put to flight, to flee, to be afraid of. When she doing something, she probably like, my husband, hold up. She probably be doing that before y'all get together. All right. All right. Watch this stuff, because if you don't, guys, you're going to pay for it. Women, respect the man who you thinking about marrying. You, if you're not respecting him, you need to do. If he doing stuff to make you not respect him, probably don't marry him. Don't do it. You can read Genesis 1-8 on your own. That was just about when Sarah, when Yeshua appeared to Abraham in the plains of Mamre and told him that, y'all gonna have a baby and all that kind of stuff. And Abraham told her, go in there, make some cakes. And she went and made the cake. She did what he said. Come on, folks. Go to Titus 2:1-10. Then we're going to look at this Proverbs 31 woman and see if that's you, ladies. Are you the man? Are you the woman? But we didn't got on the dudes pretty hard. We didn't got on everybody. But Titus 2:1-10. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be what? Sober. Woman, you got a sober man? Huh? Grave, meaning he's serious, temperate. He ain't flying off the handle. If the dude you're dating ain't sober, ain't grave, ain't temperate, ain't sound in faith, in charity, and in patience, you don't want to be with that dude. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving the wine, always drunk, woman, teachers of good things, that they teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands. You need to be teaching these women to love their children, not beating them like Ishmael's wife. To be discreet. The women need to be discreet, not telling everything. Chaste. Keeping her legs closed, only for her husband. Keep her at home. She keep the house clean, relatively clean. You fella, well, she ain't never invited me to her house. How I know, brother Jeremiah? How I know that if she, man, look at her car. What her car look like? That'll give you just junk everywhere, fingerprints all in the windows, everything, baby seats all got gum for everything. You don't want if she keep her car looking like that, what you think the house gonna be looking like? Huh? Obedient to their own husbands. So if they're not married, fellas, is she obedient to her father? Do she disrespect her daddy? That the word of God may not be blasphemed. Young men likewise exhort and be sober-minded. In all things showing thyself a pattern of good works. In doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. All right. But verse 11, for the grace of God that bringeth salvation hath appeared to who? All men. You racist Hebrew Israelites out here. No, Paul said that this is to all men. See, that's why they get rid of the New Testament, because they know Paul say that. They want to get rid of Paul's writing. They want to get rid of they just want to get rid of everything. So we just Tanakh only. We just Old Testament only. For long, you're gonna be an atheist. You ain't gonna be believing. You're throwing everything out. So are you a Proverbs 30? Are you that marriageable woman? Who I told some women before. I said, y'all got a minute? Yeah, we got a minute. Yeah, we got a minute. I said, you a virtuous woman? You a Proverbs 30? Yeah, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. Yeah, I sure am. Yes, I'm Eels. You Eels? Yeah. Say, you got a minute? You mind if I pull the Bible out and we see if you won? Yeah. I said, all right. First, I said, who wrote it? I mean, who is King Lemuel? Who? You know, his mama told him this stuff. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely. Man, if you can't trust a woman when you're dating, why you think you're going to be able to trust her later? So that she shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil. If she doing you evil and not good, you don't want to marry her. All the days, of not some of the days of her life, not only the days when she feel like it, all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly. Woman got away. I hear these women today. Oh, yeah. When see back then, the men want me to go working. No, man, you helping. Everybody working. She working. Everybody, I don't know where they get this women didn't work from. In the Bible, they ain't work. Man, stop that. They were hard workers. That's why the man had to pay for her from her daddy. The bride price. Because you were taking a valuable worker out of his house and she was coming into your house to work. Man, stop. So she will do him good and even not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hand. She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. Like the merchants just from, man, some men can't get their woman to bring the food from the kitchen to the living room. But you a Proverbs 31 woman, though. She riseth also while it is yet night and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. She considereth the field and buyeth it. Businesswoman. With the fruit of her hand she planteth the vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle go not out by night. Always sleep. You always sleep, but you a Proverbs 31 woman. This woman working through the night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretcheth out her hand to the pole, yea, she reacheth her forth her hand to the needy. The woman you dating, is she doing any of these things? No. Well, you might want to reconsider. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry, her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land. She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. She ain't just sitting not doing nothing, always working. My wife always working. I tell her, man, you got 4 kids up in here. Put them to work now. It's daytime now. I told my son, when you turn 12, bro, that yard's yours. Because I got to cut it tomorrow. I gotta cut it tomorrow, man. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. See, stop worrying about what these women look like, man. But a woman that feareth the Lord shall be praised. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gate. Because you want a good woman. Woman, you want to make sure you good for a man. The woman, every verse that I talked about women today, make sure that's you. Men, every verse that I talked about men, make sure that's you. Whosoever findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of Yahweh. Turn that around. Whatever wife is found by a man, she got favor too. Good thing. What's a good thing? That word is Toby. What's your name, boy? Toby. I mean, Kunta Kinte, but he said Toby later. Good. He said good. What's a good thing? Good. In the widest sense. Used likewise as a noun. Both in the masculine and the feminine. The singular and the plural. Right? Just good, folks. Pleasure, prosperity. You see it. Wealth. Everything. Welfare. Not the welfare they giving out today. Proverbs 19:14. House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent or wise wife is from the Lord. If your wife is wise, or the woman you with that you perceive that she is wise, man, lock her up. Better marry her. Don't let nobody else get her. Proverbs 12:1-4. We only got 4 more after this. Whosoever love instruction loveth what? They love knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. A good man attaineth favor on the Lord, but a wicked man devices will he condemned. I'm telling you, this all in a good woman. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall be moved. A virtuous woman, an excellent wife in some translations, is a crown to her husband. Some men ain't got no crown. They done threw their man, she ain't no crown, and throw it down. But she that maketh ashamed is rottenness to his bones. Bones rotten if you got a bad wife. Look at a brawling woman. Man don't want no woman fighting, but women don't want no man that's fighting either. We want peace in the house, folks. A foolish son, Proverbs 19:13, is the calamity of his father. A foolish son. So, woman, if that man is foolish, don't get with him. You know when folks fool. Well, how do they talk? What do they do? Don't ignore this stuff. But the contentions of a wife are a continual dripping. If you're always fussing and nagging at your husband, it's like a continuous dripping that will drive him crazy. Proverbs 25:24. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman and in a wide house. So, man, woman, get the cutting up, get you a ladder, go to the roof. She said, baby, where you going? To the roof. Up on the roof. Proverbs 27:15-16. A continual dropping in a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike. Just rain all day. Man don't like that. Whosoever hideth her hideth the wind, and the ointment of his right hand, which bewrayeth itself. Woman, stop fussing. But today we got men that's acting like women. They fussing and fighting all the time. Cut it out. 1 Peter 3:7. Likewise, so let's just say, because I know sometimes this message can be too late for people. They already married a fool, a foolish man. They already married a whorish woman. They already married a contentious, brawling woman. They already married a drunkard man. You know, but you know, sometimes divorce is the option. You go watch our divorce class, watch it, pray, and do what you need to do. But if it can be salvaged, this is what you do. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to the knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Sometimes, you know, you got to dwell with them according to knowledge. I mean, according to the Bible. Giving up, you got to do it. You follow the Bible concerning these situations. Because when you get with a person and y'all got a hellish marriage, Most High, your prayer is gonna be hindered. You're not gonna be as powerful as you can be in your prayer life. All right, all praise to the Most. He miss his eye high, his eye high. Watch this, because at the end of the day, women, you gotta help your man do what the Most High say, and man, you gotta help your wife do what the Most High say. Because at the end of the day, this is all our plight in life. Let us hear the whole conclusion of the matter. Fear Yah and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. The whole duty of man and woman. To what? Fear God and to keep his commandments. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. That's what Solomon said. He said that. Keep the command. That's our duty in life. He's seeking godly seed through your marriage, right? Revelation 22:12-17. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his. Didn't Solomon just say that? He's going to bring every work into judgment. Look what Christ is saying. And behold, Yeshua, Yahushua, Yahweh, Jesus. He said, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me. What? Life or death? To give every man according as his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have what? Right to the tree of life. They enter in through the gates into what? The city. If you're not keeping his commandments, you're not gonna get to eat from the tree of life, and you're not gonna enter the gates into the city. And don't be fooled by the NIV version that said, blessed are they that wash their garments or wash their robes. Go watch our idiom class. That's an idiomatic expression for keeping the commandments. See, they know that. They know you don't know that. We got a class called How to Wash Your Garments, and go watch our Hebrew idiom class. For on the outside are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters. And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. And Yeshua, he said, I Yeshua, I Yahushua, I Jesus, if that's what you want to call him. It's Yeshua, Yahushua. You can, I prefer those. Have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and offspring of David. Nabal, talking about who is this David? Who is this son of Jesse? Christ, Yeshua, is from his offspring, is from his root and offspring. And the bright and morning star, and the Spirit and the bride say, come. And let him that heareth say what? Come, come, come. And whosoever will, let him take of the water of life, what? Freely, folks. Watch who you marry. Don't just marry no any old thing. You better study these people. Study them. You know, sometimes we get impatient and we just jump in there and we just marry the first thing that comes. Don't do that no more. Stop that. Sometimes the situation may be irreparable. Too much junk that went on. Adultery, beatings, fault, and somebody just into another religion altogether and got bringing idols into the house. No, man, get that out of here. We ain't having no Buddha statues up in this house. No, we can't do it. All right. Let's see. Let's go there, Proverbs, since you just really gotta have that answer. My point is, they told him not to marry somebody. I don't read Judges every day, so I may have confused some people. Sometimes you just forget who is who. But we can go to it though. We can go to it. They told him not to marry her, a Philistine woman. Hold on, let's go to it. 14:3. 14:3. Take this sticky note out of here. Okay. They said, then his father and mother, no woman among the daughters of your brethren or among all my people, that you must go and get a wife from the uncircumcised Philistines. And Samson said to his father, get her for me, for she pleases me well. And I'm assuming, I might be wrong. We're going to look Delilah up real quick. I don't know if she was a Philistine or not. I think she was. They told her not to marry woman of the Philistines. And I believe Delilah was a Philistine, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. That's why I'm going to look it up now. All right. Delilah. Let's look it up. Let's look. That's why I tell y'all, get one of these Bibles right here. Let's see. How do you spell Delilah? Let me see. D-L-I-A-H. There she go. She deceived Samson. Let's go to Judges chapter. I believe she was the Philistine woman that they went and got for him, Delilah. Yeah, she was. She was a Philistine. It's not two separate women. Or studying the book. Yeah, I thought that was the same too. That is I wasn't sure Josephus presided details not in the scripture. I don't know what Josephus said concerning this, but Delilah was a Philistine. That's the one they told him, ain't it somebody else you can marry? But Samson said, no, I want a woman to go over there and get her. And it was Delilah. I don't know if he married Delilah. I don't know. Probably I know he slayed with her. That's all I'm trying to say. It's not even that crucial. He was with the woman that his parents didn't want him to have. All I'm saying is, with who your parents say, because they got your best interest at heart. That's all we saying. We're not trying to lay no new foundation or that's all I was saying. That's an example. Your parents said, don't marry this person. Don't get with this person. Don't even date this person. Because that's usually how it is. You always end up dating. That's all we're saying. Thank you, Keish Jam. I knew that I was remembering it right. I don't just read Judges every day. Matter of fact, I ain't read Judges in probably some months, if not a year. I may have went to a scripture or two there, but I ain't read it in a while. We're gonna have to talk about that offline, sister Proverbs. But anyway, guys, marry who the Most High wants you to marry. That's what you do. Marry, do what they want you to do. Let's see. Look that up. Keish Jam telling you, Proverbs. Go in there and look. Look at what she said. She said they did marry. 14:8. 14:8. They did marry. But anyway, guys, this been on my heart for a while. I remember I said a few months back that I was gonna do a teaching call Watch Who You Marry. I think I said it about 3 or 4 months ago. I said I got a teaching called Watch Who You Marry coming up. So it's important that you watch who you marry, because it can mess your life up. It can have, not mess it up all of, sometimes it can cost you your life. Sometimes it can cost you your life, and sometimes you it may be a way that you can escape, like Abigail was able to escape. So the thing is to find your situation, and do accordingly. Don't act hastily. Pray to the Most High. Do what He wants you to do, and I'm pretty sure He never led anybody wrong. He never led anybody wrong. Proverbs is not even that crucial. It's not that crucial. The point was that listen to who your parents tell you to marry or to date or to be involved with. If Delilah was that Philistine woman, if it was somebody else, it don't matter. The point is, he didn't listen to his folks, and he ended up dead. If you lay with a, Okay, Isaac had a question about tassels. If everybody got to go, you go ahead and go. I'm gonna stay and chop it up with the people. I don't see his question. From Exodus, I believe, and pastors. Rephrase that. I don't see his question about tassels. Oh, I see it. I have a question. A friend of mine has said we're supposed to wear like these little braided tassels on your clothes. Yeah, you do. You do. I don't have mine on right now because I'm not outside the house. But I have. No matter of fact, I got some here that I can show you. I got some right here. All right, Tzitzits. Here they are, right here. These you just wear. I got 4 of them, and I wear them on the borders of my garments when I have clothes that they can be on. But yeah, you just wear these, and the children of Israel even Christ, when the woman touched the hem of his garment, this is what she was touching right here. You say you got some, so I'm gonna send you some, brother Isaac. I'm gonna send them to Erica, and Erica gonna give them to you. So I'm gonna get you some and send them to you, brother. I'll send you some. But the children of Israel, they caught this dude gathering sticks on the Shabbat. Caught him gathering sticks on the Shabbat. So they took him to Moses and said, "We found this dude gathering these sticks on the Shabbat. What do we do with him?" And Moses said, "You know what? The Most High ain't revealed to me what to do on that." So the Most High then goes and say, kill him. Because he shouldn't have been doing it. The Most High made an example out of him. And then as a result, he commanded the children of Israel, all of the men, to wear the tassels. All of the sons of Israel, they had to wear the tassels for the tzitzits. And that's the fringes, the hem of his. I'm going to do a teaching on it too, because people need to know about that. All right. If there ain't no more questions, it's been an eventful day. But thank everybody for coming on in. We welcome Bible questions. We welcome them. But I hope that you need 4, brother Isaac. They come in sets of 4. And some people, they buy garments where they built in and they have them all around. So, but I'm gonna send you some, brother Isaac. Be looking out for them. They'll probably be to you this week, and then after that, yeah, they're the same thing. Sister Erica. They're the same thing. It's the same. They're the same thing. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do a teaching on them real soon. You said, key to life. I don't understand your question. At Antoinette Pro. I heard that too. Huh? Oh, if you lay with a woman that you were considered married. Nope, not necessarily. Because let me tell you why. Matter of fact, it's a law that like if a man lay with a woman. Oh, case in point. Case in point. With Judah, not Judah and Tamar, the Dinah incident when I forgot the name of the fellow that messed with Dinah, Jacob's daughter, and because he liked her, and he laid with her, but that didn't make them married. He went to he matter of fact, let's go to it. Let's go to it. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. We gonna go to it. Let's go to the Dinah incident. If you gotta go ahead and go. But we gonna deal with this. The Dinah incident. Genesis chapter 34. Watch this. Now, start on verse 1. Now Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had born to Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite, the prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and violated her. His soul was strongly attracted to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved this young woman and spoke kindly to this young woman. So Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, "Get me this young woman as a wife. Get me this young." He had sex with her, but that wasn't his wife. Just because you lay with a woman, the daddy can say, "No, you can't have her." The dad can say, "No, you can't have my daughter. You can't have her. And you still got to pay me. You still got to pay me that you took her. You got to still pay me." Or the dad can say, "Okay, you didn't deflower my daughter. You can go ahead and be married to her." It's up to the dad. It's up to the dad. Just because you go and lay with a woman, you can't keep her. You better stop listening to all these camps. Well, when you have sex, that's marriage. No, it's not marriage. You don't have a covenant yet. Right? Matter of fact, let's go to that law in Deuteronomy. I'm gonna go to that law. We're gonna go there. Go to Deuteronomy. All right, let's see. Deuteronomy chapter, I believe it's chapter 22, I believe. Here it is. It says, Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 23. If a young woman who is, well, not that ain't the one I want. All right, here's that. If any man takes a wife and detests her, I'm gonna keep going down. Da 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 da. All right, here it is. It said, but if a man finds a betrothed woman, I'm gonna go up one verse 24. It says, if a young woman who is a virgin is betrothed to a husband, and a man finds her in the city and lies with her, then you shall bring them both out to the gate in the city, and you shall stone them to death. Da, 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 da. So keep on going down, skip to verse 25. But if a man finds a betrothed young woman in the countryside, and the man forces her and lies with her, then only the man who lay with her shall die. But you shall do nothing to the young woman. There is a young woman who have sinned, not deserving of death. Watch this. Hold on. Now watch this. Skip to verse 28. If a man finds a young woman who is a virgin, who is not betrothed, he find a woman, she not betrothed, she don't belong to nobody. She don't belong to nobody. And he seizes her and lies with her, and have sex with her. And they are found out, the man who lay with her shall give the young woman's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he has humbled her. He shall not be permitted to divorce her all the days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor cover her bed. So you have to pay for the woman. But I'm going to show you that a dad can reject it. Now we're going to go back to Genesis chapter 34. Watch this. Chapter 30. Go back to Genesis chapter 34. So if you defile a woman, you got to pay for her. Why? Because you defiled her. Now, let's go back to chapter 34. And let's go back to the Dinah incident. Now, watch this. Shechem laid with Dinah, right? Just she wasn't betrothed to nobody, just took her. And then he said, I want her to be my wife. But I thought that sex already says that they married. No, you keep reading ahead. All right, watch this. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter. Now the sons were with his livestock in the field. So Jacob held his peace until they came. So Jacob didn't say nothing. He know his son's coming back. Then Hamor, the son of Shechem, went to Jacob to speak with him. And the sons of Jacob came from the field, and they heard it. And the men were grieved and very angry because he had done a disgraceful thing in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter, a thing which one ought not to be done. But Hamor spoke with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longs for your daughter. Please give her to him as wife. But he already slept with her. I thought they was out. Sex just meant marriage. No. That's because you still got to make a covenant. A covenant, folks. Do y'all put a 1 in there if y'all understand that? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand that. A covenant. You can't just go sleeping with everybody. Oh, that's your wife. Oh, that's your wife. Oh, that's your wife. No, man, that ain't your wife. You got to have a covenant. So Jacob eventually let his sons get there. He let his sons get there. They talked about it. And the sons, they agreed. They said, yeah, they can go ahead and marry. I ain't gonna read all. It's a whole lot of verses. Yeah, they can go ahead. They can go ahead and get married. So we're gonna let him in. And he's a Hivite, mind you. An Israelite woman finna marry somebody on the outside. See, y'all making me give away stuff I ain't supposed to be giving away yet for the interracial marriage class. But it's gotta be dealt with. Key to life. Y'all get that? Oh yeah, I see y'all put 1 in there. They put 1 in there. So, but right here we see just because they had sex, that don't make them married. It has to be a covenant. It has to be a covenant. Case in point, Israel married many other lovers. Judah. Matter of fact, turn to Ezekiel chapter 23. Oh, see, y'all got me going now. Y'all ain't got me going. Y'all got me going. The Most High gave Israel a bill of divorcement and sent her away. Trying to tell you. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 23. Y'all got me going now. These scriptures popping in my mind right now. But we're going to see all of the women that these 2 harlot sisters, Aholah and Aholabah. This is Ezekiel chapter 23. Let's see all the people they went with. But the Most High said, you still mine. You still mine. You know when they had sex with somebody else? You still mine. Who did she mess with? Let's see. She committed harlotry in Egypt. She committed harlotry in Assyria. She committed harlotry in Chaldea. Do I need to keep going on? That's not you. Sex, just because you had sex with somebody, that don't make them your wife. If you do have sex with them, you need to go ahead and do the right thing. Especially if you say you love the person, go and do the right thing and have a covenant contract agreement with them and do it right the way the Bible say do it. But it's a lot of camps out there. They just saying it. That's a way for them to have multiple wives without getting papers from governments and all that kind of stuff. These people wicked. Stop listening to them. All right. No, it does not. It does not. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, guys. I went over my time. I'll usually be done by now, but is there any other questions? Since we're here, Let's go and get them out there. No more questions? Good. I got some hot seats coming up this summer when we get out. Well, when we get off work. What about Judges 14, Proverbs? What about Judges 14? What I was going to ask about the difference between covenant and our traditional marriages. Well, our traditional marriages, there's the traditional marriage. We just do everything out of order. A lot of time with our traditional marriages, a lot of people now already consummated their stuff, and we do the ceremony and all that stuff last, but it's still a covenant nonetheless. Parents said no, but God says yes concerning the marriage. Well, it is what it is. The parents said don't they know what they thought was best, but sometimes we need to listen to. But long story short, what happened to Samson? Proverbs. Was it good with him? Because who had him killed? Who had him killed? Who had Samson killed? Proverbs. Is it okay for a husband to leave his wife to spend the night with his sister to go to church? No, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything sinful other than if he going to a pagan church. Okay, it might not have been Proverbs. I told you I hadn't read Judges in a long time. I gotta go back and go back and reread it. Yeah, I gotta go back and reread it. It might not have been Delilah. I might have just made an assumption that it was her. Honest mistake. That's all. That's all. So if if it wasn't Delilah, but still his parents said don't marry, don't go get these women from the Philistines. Even Delilah, she still was a Philistine. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is your parents, sometimes you do need to listen to them. If Samson would have just been, what was he? He had the Levirate vow. You know, he had the Levirate vow where he never cut his hair. He should have just never messed with women altogether and just been with the Most High, and he wouldn't have never been dead. That's all I'm trying to say. All right. But if it ain't nothing else, we gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna set a date next week for our hot seat, because I've been thinking about this a long time. I want to get on that hot seat. All right. So go to rapministry.org, send me your question, send me your prayer requests. I'll see you guys next time. Shabbat shalom to you. Shabbat shalom to you. Peace. We're out.